What's up, guys? Jay Little here for more PackCrackers. It is the last day of Strixhaven week. I'm going to be opening up 10 packs from Strixhaven, which is only going to be rares and mythics, really. But we're going to look at them and see what we get. Also, make sure you still have time, so make sure you check out Thursday's episode where I am gifting somebody a $15 TCG player gift code because I opened up 3 mythics in a row. Well, I guess not in a row. I opened up 3 mythics out of 3 packs in a row. So $5 per mythic, $15 raw. That's how that works. But anyway, we have 10 packs of Strixhaven to open up right now. So let's do it. What are we going to get? 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 Ooh, okay. Boo 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 boosh. So we're going to go through these real quick. Well, as quick as possible, I guess. But we have Illuminate History, 2 and 2 red for a sorcery lesson. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. If there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit. Very well. We have a double-sider, Kian, Dean of Substance, which is 2 and a green, or Imbraham, Dean of Theory, 2 and 2 blue. Kian, or Cayenne, is a legendary elf druid for which has power and toughness 2/2. You can tap it, exile the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, put a study counter on it. You can also pay 4 and a green to create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Not sure what a fractal is, but okay. Put a 1/1 counter on it for each different mana value among non-land cards you own in exile with study counters on them. Very well. Ibrahim, hopefully, is not as confusing. Has flying. It's a bird wizard. It's 3/3. Has X and 2 blue, and you can tap it to exile the top X cards of your library and put a study counter on each of them. Then you may put a card you own in exile with a study counter on it in your hand. Alrighty. Then we have, black-green. Pestilence Cauldron for 2 and a black. It's an artifact. You can tap it and discard a card to create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. You can also pay 1, tap, and each opponent mills cards equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. You can also pay 4, tap it, to exile 4 target cards from a single graveyard, draw a card. The other side is Restorative Burst, 3 and 2 green for sorcery. Return up to 2 target creature, land, and or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand. Each player gains 4 life. Exile that boy. And then I got Semester's End. 3 and a white for an instant. Exile any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers you control at the beginning of the next end step. Return each of them to the battlefield under its owner's control. Each of them enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it if it's a creature, and an additional loyalty counter if it's a planeswalker. Very well. At least these things aren't confusing. Then there's got to be a name for these. Tell me in the comments below what the name for these artwork or reprint cards are, and if they're legal and standard or not. But we have Gift of Estates, 1 and a white for sorcery. If an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for up to 3 plains cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Ooh, that's going to be rough with the life gain decks out there. That's going to be rough. Draconic Intervention, 2/2 red for sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. This deals X damage to each non-dragon creature, where X is the exiled card's mana value. If a creature, which is mana cost, technically converted mana cost now. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile instead, and then exile Draconic Intervention. Then Witherbloom Command, a black and a green for sorcery. Choose 2. Option A. Target player mills 3 cards, then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Option B or 2. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Non-creature, non-land. Okay, so like artifact, enchantment, so on. Options 3 or C. Target creature gets -3/-1 till end of turn. Option 4 or D. Target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Very well. Then I got a mythic rare wild card. What am I up to now? 12? Alright. Then I got another Draconic Intervention, but I'm pretty sure we already covered that. Then we got Torrent Sculptor, 2 and 2 blue for Merfolk Wizard. Merfolker. 2-2 with Ward for 2. What is Ward? It doesn't tell me. Mother. Merfolker. When it enters the battlefield, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Put a number of 1/1 counters on it, equal to half that card's mana value, rounded up. Or, if you'd rather play Flamethrower Sonata, it's 1 in a red for sorcery. Discard a card, then draw a card. When you discard an instant or sorcery card this way, this deals damage equal to that card's mana value to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. I mean, I guess it depends on the mana cost, I suppose. But if you have like a sorcery that costs like 6 mana, and you know you're not going to get it out for like 8 more turns, you do 6 damage or something. Right. So that's going to do it for Friday, the last day of Strixhaven week. There's going to be, as you can see, I have 94 more packs to open on Arena. And once it comes out on cardboard, I'm also going to get probably more than I should actually pay for. So with that said, thanks for watching. If you keep on watching, I'll keep on cracking. Later, guys.